What's happening, everybody? Hello and welcome back to Total Blast, where we'll discuss about everything Marvel and the MCU. The weeks after D23 has been filled with a lot of updates and breakdowns, and if you've been following this channel, you will notice that we'll pretty much have a lot in our hands, from trailer breakdowns to movie release dates, courtesy of all the information we got at D23. Some of us were left with bitter taste in our mouths that we didn't get all the anticipated announcements at D23. But we also cannot deny the fact that a lot of major reveals were also given as well. In the past weeks, we talked about some of the release trailers like Loki Season 2 and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which we said are going to be connected together as both movies share a common villain, Kang the Conqueror. We even gave a breakdown of the new Secret Invasion trailer, where we found out that Emilia Clarke of Game of Thrones will be making her MCU debut, and the movie will pick up directly from Captain Marvel, where we first got our first Skrulls. The Secret Invasion will be all about dangerous fraction of Skrulls invading Earth and top government. We also talked about the Thunderbolts movie, which has put together an amazing team with Julia Louis-Dreyfus playing Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, David Harbour playing Red Guardian, Anna John Kamen playing Ghost, Olga Kurylenko playing Antonia Dreykov, the Taskmaster from Black Widow, Wyatt Russell playing John Walker, Florence Pugh from Black Widow playing Yelena Belova, and Sebastian Stan playing Bucky Barnes. We also looked at Marvel's Phase 5 and 6 movies with their release dates. In fact, we speculated a release date for two Phase 5 movies that were not announced earlier, Shang-Chi 2 and Deadpool 3. The past weeks have indeed been fun-filled with new updates. Now, in the midst of all this, it looks as though we forgot one important movie that we all anticipated. The movie everybody anticipated at least to get an update at D23 was Spider-Man 4. Before D23, we speculated that we could at least get a release date at D23, but they didn't announce it. A lot of people argue that since it's a Sony and Marvel collaboration film, we will not get any updates about the movie at Disney's Expo. Anyways, there are recent updates on the Spider-Man movie, and it even looks like we'll be able to decipher the release date. In this video, we will discuss and share every piece of information that we know. Before we begin, I just want you to know that we'll be giving out a brand new PlayStation 5 to one lucky subscriber. More on how to win at the end of this video. So if this is your first time, please subscribe and enable the post notification so you don't miss out on subsequent videos. While we're all waiting for updates on Spider-Man 4, Sony Studios went ahead and rescheduled all of their release dates for their upcoming projects. Now, one would ask what business we have with Sony. Remember, they are working on Spider-Man 4 with Marvel Studios, and it has been reported that Kevin Feige will be helping out Sony with their Spider-Man universe. After Spider-Man No Way Home, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige and Sony executive producer Amy Pascal came out to officially announce that they will be collaborating together for Spider-Man 4. Amy Pascal announced this collaboration herself. They specifically mentioned that the reason they came to say this is so that fans would not be worried about the relationship between Sony, Disney, and Marvel Studios. Remember, after Spider-Man Far From Home, fans weren't sure if Marvel Studios and Sony were sort of breaking up. So, on 2nd of September, Spider-Man No Way Home returned to theaters. They showed 11-minute new footage, including footages of the three Peter Parkers together as Science Brothers rather than as Spider-Mans together. Now, since this upcoming Spider-Man movie is a collaboration between Sony and Marvel, we might be getting the updates we need from Sony Studios. As we mentioned earlier, Sony rescheduled some of their upcoming project release dates, like Kraven the Hunter and Madam Web. How they did this, they also rescheduled an untitled movie and tagged it Sony/Marvel Movies Universe Movie. This caught our attention because obviously Sony wouldn't make a mistake that costly to randomly tag a movie Sony/Marvel Universe Movie. There are of course two explanations to what exactly is going on. The first, which is obviously that is, this is Sony's movie and they are working on it with Marvel Studios. They rescheduled this untitled Sony/Marvel Universe movie to be released on the 12th of July of 2024. Initially, it was scheduled for June, but was later shifted to July, which isn't really a problem. In our previous video, we stated that Tom Holland and Zendaya will certainly make a comeback to reprise their roles in Spider-Man 4. Although, by the time of that report, Tom hasn't signed a contract for that comeback yet. I'm sure that we will get an announcement soon because any contract he signs will tie him to at least 3 more Spider-Man films. Now, if this untitled Sony/Marvel Universe movie is slated to be released on the 12th of July of 2024, that means it will be coming before Avengers Secret Wars, which is slated to release on November 8th of 2025. We previously reported that Spider-Man 4 will be out before Avengers Secret Wars, which will most likely feature the three Spider-Mans again. The three Spider-Mans I mean are Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and Tom Holland Spider-Man. We previously talked about Secret Wars and we explained that it will be all about incursions, different variants of both villains and superheroes fighting together. Secret Wars will be all about variants of superheroes and different variants of villains. Remember, we previously reported that Andrew Garfield has signed a multi-movie deal with Marvel Studios as well as Sony. According to multiple insiders, Sony and Marvel Studios both have plans for Andrew Garfield. He will likely reprise his role as the Amazing Spider-Man and feature in Avengers Secret Wars. Now, keep in mind that Secret Wars hasn't been announced when we learned that Andrew Garfield had signed a multi-movie contract. If we go a little further back, it is likely that Andrew Garfield has signed the multi-movie agreement with Marvel, with Secret Wars being one of those movie deals. If we will be getting Spider-Man 4 before Secret Wars, I think it should already be in the works, and we should be getting a release date soon. Marvel Studios is known for how they plan movies ahead and giving quality attention to time for production. We also saw how Spider-Man No Way Home was a massive success. So, it looks like this untitled Sony/Marvel movie is Spider-Man 4, and according to Sony, it will be released on the 12th of July of 2024. Until it becomes an official announcement, please take this information with a grain of salt. Now, the second explanation for what this Sony/Marvel Universe movie is that the untitled movie could be one of the movies Kevin Feige is helping Sony with. Remember we reported that Kevin Feige said he will be helping out Sony Studios with their Spider-Verse. It appears as though Sony intends to introduce its own multiverse or Spider-Verse into the Sony universe. We already have the multiverse in the MCU, but Sony wants to incorporate all of its characters, including Venom, into their universe. Kevin Feige said that he advised them not to put everything all together at once, but incorporate each movie one at a time. In my opinion, Kevin Feige to help them out with their multiverse is an excellent choice. I mean, look at what he has done with the MCU. Now, there were rumors also about the Sony Spider-Verse. It appears as though that Sony wants Tobey Maguire to act in their Sony Spider-Man universe, potentially in Madam Web. According to a brief summary of Madam Web that Sony provided to Variety and Deadline, the movie will be an origin narrative of the clairvoyant Madam Web, whose psychic abilities allow her to see within the spider world. She can also move across universes, and Madam Web is reportedly going to be a huge film for Sony's Spider-Man universe. This makes a lot of sense, given that Sony wants to establish its own Spider-Verse, and Madam Web has been scheduled to be released on the 16th of February of 2024. Now, this certainly means that a lot is already going on in the Sony Studios universe. This untitled Marvel/Sony movie could be one of the movies that Kevin Feige is helping them with in their Spider-Verse. Since Sony has the rights to this movie, they are the ones announcing the release dates. Also, take note that this movie is coming alongside other movies that will be featured in the Spider-Verse like Madam Web. Now, in my opinion, this movie is probably the long-awaited Spider-Man 4 because it has been confirmed that Spider-Man 4 is already in the works. Anyways, if we're getting the Spider-Man 4 before Secret Wars, we will be getting an announcement soon. Now, to the good stuff. We said we'll be giving out a brand new PlayStation 5 to one lucky subscriber on this channel once we hit 1,000 subscribers. All you have to do to win, subscribe, like, comment, and share the link. One lucky subscriber will be chosen from the comment section to win our brand new PlayStation 5. Now, what are your thoughts on this video? Do you think the untitled Marvel/Sony Universe movie is a Spider-Man 4? Or is it another movie that is affiliated to Marvel Studios? Please, don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out on any of our latest Marvel news. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I hope to see you in the next one!